So, the exact number of calories that I ate to lose weight was 1,200 calories a day. How did I get to that number? How did I decide that 1,200 calories makes sense? Yeah, that was an interesting way I came about it. So, for me, the whole thing is that in order to lose weight, I had to go on a calorie deficit. That's just it. And I firmly believe that that is the only way to lose weight. And I don't believe it. It's not a belief system. It's not like there are 1,000 ways to lose weight. Here's one of them. After understanding what a calorie deficit is and what weight loss is, right? Like how that works, I now know that that is how everyone across the board is losing weight. They might be doing it by eating 50 hamburgers, but then exercising for 5 hours a day. They might be doing it by exercising not at all, but like eating, small portions. They might be doing it by eating 5 portions throughout the day or whatever else. But it all comes down to the same thing. Regardless of what anyone's doing and regardless of what anyone will tell you, anybody who loses weight, unless it's by like some illness or something, their body is burning more calories than it's consuming. And that means that definition, burn more calories than you consume, is what a calorie deficit is. So you can go about it in whatever form you like, however you want to do it, but at the end, that is what the definition of a calorie deficit is. Why is my mother calling me? No one wants me to make this video. No one! Okay. So, 1,200 calories. That is what I ate to lose weight. And how I came by that number was just... It was Reddit. I'm like, how do I say it that doesn't sound stupid? No, it's just... I just read it. I was like, I am not feeling like putting any time in research. I could research the hell out of this and not even figure out what is the right number? What is the right number? What's the magic number? So all I did is I just Googled, how many calories do you need to consume to lose weight? And read it. And then I clicked on a post and everyone was giving their feedback. And at one point, people were saying 1,500 calories. You should start cutting your calories like slowly, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody was like, oh, I think 1,200 calories. And someone else was like, 1,200 calories. That's too low. That's way too low. 1,200 calories. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Like, oh, wow. And so I was like, 1,200 calories. That's it. That's how I chose. Very unscientific, very possibly even illogical and all the things. And I was like, seems like people across the board on Reddit are saying 1,200 calories is a little crazy and you will lose weight. So I said, done. And so that's what I chose. Now, do I think everyone should be on a 1,200 calorie deficit diet? No. Do I think that if you're shorter, that you're gonna, possibly you'll need to consume less calories than someone who's much taller? Yes. So I'm 5'9". I did 1,200 calories, and that seems to be, and I've done this for about a year and a half now, so I know. That seems to be the sweet spot, number-wise, where my body just let's go, it just burns. But if you're 6 foot or 6'3", should you be eating a 1,200 calorie deficit diet? Do you need to go that low? No. Might it actually potentially harm you because it's so low calories for what your body needs to function? Potentially, yes. But that's just what worked for me. And what that looked like, because, you might be wondering, well, what does 1,200 calories look like? I definitely had no idea. So I had to start I did not weigh my food. I did not weigh every piece of broccoli and spinach and whatever, because I was, hell no. I am not about doing a lot of work in a lot of things. I like to do less work with maximum reward, less work. That's just, So no, I did not weigh every piece of broccoli. I did the easy way. First, I started with salads. And not salads I made. Let's be clear. This is not me. This is not a video about me telling you to go buy and cook all your food and weigh everything. Hard no. But do look at the calories. So I would buy one of those prepackaged salads, not the ones that in the small trays, but one of the large ones that you can shake inside a bowl and feed everyone, and it already comes with the things and the dressings and all that. So I just took one of those, looked at the bag, and it said, like in one bag, there were like 2 servings or whatever that equated to like around 530 calories for the whole bag. So that means if you ate all the dressing and everything in that bag, it's like 530 calories. So I just half that. Easy. I got a B+ in calculus. Yay me, but I can like barely add, subtract, or the rest of it. So I was just basic addition. I eat half this bag. I will only eat like 250 calories. Done. And then I added like some chicken to that, you know, and let's say it was like a chicken breast or like half a chicken breast cut up. I don't remember. I haven't eaten that in a while, so I don't remember how many calories that was, like 100 calories or something. So my meal was about 350 calories. And then I just ate the same thing for lunch and dinner. Because again, I'm not about doing like a bunch of hard work. And if I was going to change what I ate lunch and dinner, that would be like more work. Because then I have to calculate, well, I'm eating salad now. At dinner, I'm going to eat like, a piece of steak with like green beans and onions. So now I have to figure out how many calories is in that. So no, I just said like, let me like make my life easy. And so for I think like the first 2 months, I was just that salad and chicken, and it was horrible. My taste buds were not happy. I was not happy, but it worked, and it stopped me from. I truly think it stopped me from like falling off the bandwagon of being on a 1,200 calorie diet, because I knew every day exactly what I was eating because I ate the same thing. If I switched it up so I could have variety and everything, and I weighed everything every time, I feel like I probably would have been a lot more off, just by the inconsistency of it all. So, yeah, so that's what I did. I ate the same thing every day, just looked at the package, ate half of that for lunch, ate half of that for dinner, and then in the middle, I would have like 2 protein bars, equated around like 150 to 200 calories. And then I would have like 100 calorie popcorn.
Alice, my shoes are getting dirty over here.
This woman stomping her feet. It's cool. People have the right to exist around me. This is going to be a noisy video. I don't think I'm going to redo it for the 3rd time today. Okay, so just deal with it like I am. Deal with that annoying beeping. Anyhow, so what I did is I took those, bedtime snack. 1 banana, 100 calories, and then 100 calories of popcorn. And I personally don't believe in what they say about, if you eat right before bed, you won't lose weight, because I've completely seen that is not the case for me. I lost weight. And my body's just always loved a bedtime snack. It just has. And I still lost weight. And, so that's just me. Now, maybe everybody's body is different. I don't know. But there we go. So 1,200 calories was what I ate to lose weight. And it started off slowly. So even though it was like a huge jump, because I think I was probably at 3,000 to 4,000 calories before that. I was probably at an average at least between 3,000 and 4,000 calories a day. And not because I was like munch, just eating every little thing I could fit in my mouth. But I mean, I was like a normal person. On a really lazy day, maybe I'd eat like a burger for lunch. Maybe some like chicken and like green beans and rice for dinner or something. Have a couple snacks here and there. Like nothing crazy. Maybe a sandwich. But even with all that, because of what I know about calories and how calories are in everything, it's so much more than we ever thought it was, or than I ever thought it was. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, I completely lost what I was saying. Something about calories. Oh yeah, it didn't like come off linearly. Like the food I was eating in a day, the weight started dropping slowly, completely slowly. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh, I really did forget. Wow, I'm on a calorie deficit right now. And so when I tell you memory loss is a side effect, oh, believe it. Oh, just believe it. So 4,000 calories. I was probably eating around 4,000 calories, 3,000, 4,000 calories a day, unknowingly. And then I dropped to 1,200 calories a day. And that, it was automatic. It was right, or not automatic, it was right away. There was no, I did not taper down. Because I've just realized for me, when I taper from anything, it doesn't work. I have to do like cold turkey. So it took time. I think on average, I was losing 1 pound a week, which now that my body is like very different and my metabolism is a lot higher than it was before. That's one thing I can tell you is that for me, when I started my metabolism, when I started this journey, like when I first started, like I'm on 1,200 calories, 1 month, 2 months, even 3 months in is so much different than I am now. So back then, the first 2 months, I was losing like about 1 pound a week for like the first 2 months, maybe a little bit more some days or some weeks. And then over time, it started to increase. So I would say like when you first start this, if you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm starving every day and I'm only losing like a pound a week or a pound every other week or something, just trust me, that's like part of the journey. Or at least, like I said, it was for me. So I was going. And then eventually, the same 1,200 calories that I was eating in the beginning. So I'm going to be a year and a half. So a year and a half in the beginning, a year and a half ago, 1 pound a week. A year and a half later, so now, still eating 1,200 calories, I lose, and this, I know it's going to sound shocking, and people are going to be like, it's a freaking lie, show me the scale. I don't have it. I do not have that. I'm not going to be taking pictures of my scale every day. That's just like effort. But, and it's shocking to me now. Like my metabolism has increased so much that now I literally lose a pound a day or a pound every 2 days. I know that sounds crazy. But yeah. So don't be surprised if you start doing a calorie deficit and it's very, very slow and then eventually it picks up after months and months. But yeah. So the question is, do you have to, if you eat more than 1,200 calories in a day, will you not lose weight? If you eat less, I mean, are you just going to like lose weight like, you know, nobody's business? I think it all depends on your body, what you're going through, and, you know, how it works. So again, I decided to lose weight by just picking 1,200 calories off of Reddit, not knowing much about weight loss or anything. But then after that, I started like looking into weight loss. Oh goodness, why are things appearing on my screen as I'm trying to do a video? Today is the most distracting day. I don't know why. But yeah, what I would say is that when you go on this journey, depending on how tall you are, depending on what health conditions you have, depending on your genetics, depending on exactly what are those 100 calories you're putting in your body, because 1,200 calories of cheese is very different from 1,200 calories of vegetables. They break down in your body at a different rate. And it's not the same for everyone. Some people, cheese is great for them. Their body just goes through it. For me, it doesn't. And actually, I've noticed that when I eat cheese in my diet in the week, and not a lot, but just like a decent amount, like normal, my poundage, even if it's still 1,200 calories, my poundage loss at the rate at which I lose weight is slower. So that's been said, but it all depends on what's going on with you. And I definitely say, like, you kind of, okay, I'll say you have to kind of play around with it. Obviously, logically, the more calories you eat, the slower you're going to lose weight versus the less you eat in theory. But I think 1,500. I think if I was to tell anyone what sounds like a good amount of calories to eat to begin to see some results, I'd say 1,500. Now, for me, if I'm at 1,500 calories, I'm just maintaining my weight. But I have health issues. Like, I have no gallbladder, so I have like no bile that breaks down the fat. So it's harder. It's a lot harder for me to lose weight than the average person. So I think that's why when I'm around 1,500 calories, my body sort of more or less plateaus. And then you have to actually factor in exercise and all of that. I'd say, so that's all I know. I know for me, 1,200 calories. I know for somebody who's like probably a lot taller and who does more in a day, they probably need 1,500 calories. Someone who's a lot shorter, maybe they do less in the day. Maybe they need a little less. Maybe they need like 1,100 calories or something. But my recommendation is just play around and see. I'm not a doctor. Talk to your doctor. I don't know your health issues. Figure that out. Like, don't do anything that puts you in jeopardy. If you start at 1,500 calories and you feel fine and you don't see the scale moving, then maybe you need to lower it a bit. Maybe take it down to 1,300. And then maybe continue to do the same thing a little less and a little less until you see results. If you're at 1,500 calories and you're like, I feel bad. Number one, like I said before, weight loss is terrible. It feels like trash. So you're going to be like, I'm hungry all the time and I have brain fog and I feel like, ugh. But if you feel like truly bad, like I feel like I'm going to faint, I can't go to work anymore, I can't drive, I can't take care of my kids, I can't even function, then that's like probably way too low. Increase it, increase. Shove something in your mouth right away. That's not good. That's not normal. Don't hurt yourself. Yes, these are swings in the background. But yeah, that's what I would say. Start at 1,500 to be on the more or less safe side. Talk to your doctor and all the things, look after yourself before you go on this journey. And then if you don't see any results, I'd say within 3 weeks, you need to see at least 1 to 2 pound weight loss. And if in a month your life seen no weight loss, drop down to 1,300. And if you're still seeing no weight loss, drop down to 1,200. And if you are still seeing no weight loss and you're not consuming a bunch of like foods that are high in fat and everything, like if you're eating like broccoli and like salmon and you're still at 1,200, your 1,200 calorie deficit, and you're not seeing, and you're like 2 months in and you see 0 results, go talk to a doctor. There's probably something else going on with your body that you're unaware of that needs to be addressed. But yeah, those are my thoughts on calories.